Hi, I'm flutist and composer Nicole Chamberlain, and today we're going to talk about the extended techniques I use in my piece Crash Out for flute choir. So let's start with the beatboxing syllables. So you'll see a syllable above a note, and that's what you're going to articulate. So for example, we'll start with CH. So without your flute, say ch, ch. See how I'm showing teeth? My mouth is opening. Ch. Recommend you do all of your beatboxing syllables without your flute first. So now we're just going to do the exact same thing and bring your flute up. So I'm going to finger F because that's what the majority of flutes have it. And we're going to go cha, 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 cha. Notice I'm not vocalizing. I'm not saying cha, but I'm just blowing air out, opening up enough so that my vocal cords get out the way. Cha, cha, blowing air out. Cha, cha. You don't need to worry about getting the perfect tone out. It's gonna sound just like that. You'll hear some overtones possibly. But yeah, that's cha. Now there's other ones like you'll see ki, usually used in conjunction with ch. So for example, second flutes, you have it in measure 11 where you have a k, k. Again, I'm gonna finger F and go k. You may feel like you want to take your flute off and on your face and compare. Sometimes I also sneak my flute up so I don't change into flute face. So then I'll combine CHIKA like in measure 11 for second flutes. So it'll sound a little bit like double tonguing. Dugu, but and that's a common pairing I will use in most of my music. Another one is TS, which is like a hi-hat. Again, I'm just going to use the F fingering, but let's go. Tss, tss, tss. Doing it through my teeth. Tss, tss. Sounds like a hi-hat. Tss, tss, tss. Open lip. Lots of smiling. There's also another one, TI. And I will use that in conjunction with ki, T-I-K-I. Again, a little bit like double tonguing, but a little not as resonant as the chicka chicka. A little more plucky. And then there's boo, B-O-O, which is like the bass drum. You may also feel like P-O-O makes more sense to you, poo. And the lower flutes have it, like flute 4, alto, and bass right out of the gate in the beginning. So fingering low D. It's a popping sound. My lips are pressed together. And then I let the air out in a forward motion. But you should not hear any flute tone like. That's a different technique. I mean, it's still beatboxing, but we're doing it without tone. And practice those without your flute. A lot without your flute. And then put the flute on once you get hang of those syllables. It's going to be a little tricky in the beginning, but just stick with it and be patient with yourself. And then you'll see NORM period. That stands for normal. That just means resume normal flute playing like you have been in your life up to this point. Just normal flute playing. Just to be clear that you're done with the beatboxing. If you don't see a beatboxing syllable or the bracket over it, you're probably going to go back to normal, but usually I put the norm above it just to be clear. The other one is flutter tonguing, which I think most of us are familiar with. You can do it the two methods with the where you roll your R's, or you can do the gargle or Chewbacca method. You can practice that one with water. Put a little water in, gargle, and you can work that until you get less and less and less water until you have no water, and then you put your flute together and do the flute thing. So that's for people that don't do the tongue rolls. I feel like when I flutter tongue, when I get lower, I go to the Chewbacca method. It's a little easier to get clearer. So I will show you. So like, for example, Heidi, I'll use a rolled R. But I can also gargle it. They're very similar. But for the low D, I definitely have to do the gargle method. Because if I do the roll R, I find it harder to keep a steady stream. And then the last one is jet whistle, which you will see at the very end of the piece, definitely. For just the C flutes, low flutes, you're off the hook. You don't have to worry about it. So it's a low D. What you're going to do is you are going to keep your flute, the hole pointed up. You do not need to move it. That's an unnecessary motion. In fact, it may disrupt more than help. So we're going to simplify it. You're going to cover this whole hole with your lips. And my bottom lip on the other side, and then I'm going to put my top lip on the other. And then I just blow really hard. And I'm shooting for the wall of the flute. This side of the wall. I'm not shooting down. I'm not shooting this way. I'm just trying to hit the wall over here with my flute turned up. Because if you go too far back, you'll get nothing. Keep it up. And that's it. That's all the extended techniques I have for Crash Out. If you have questions, please reach out to me and let me know. I look forward to hearing you play it. Please let me know if there's a concert. I'd love to know. If I'm around or close to you, I will be there if I can. So thanks again. I hope you enjoy Crash Out.